Coach, this past weekend, went on the road, closed out your road schedule, dropped both contests. Just talk about what you saw from your team, your biggest takeaways from this past week.
Lubbock game was a really hard game on Thursday. Went down to the wire. I think we're down to under a minute to go. We slip and fall on a drive and turn it over and, lose by 4. And it was hard because I thought we played really well. We defended really well. Just didn't rebound it well. We gave up 16 offensive rebounds. I thought we missed some point-blank layups that we should have converted on. And it's just, we had the game right there, and the guys are still battling, still fighting. So I felt pretty good going into Friday as far as practice to get ready for Saturday because, even in their minds, like, that was one that was obtainable for us, and we just didn't get the job done. So we just said, hey, don't need to hit the panic button, don't need to change anything, just, hey, let's just finish. We got to finish at the basket. And, and the hard parts right now, we're not shooting the ball well, and that's really hurting us. I think we're 3 for 42 our last 3 games from 3. And, when you're not shooting the ball well, that makes it really hard because teams really start packing it on you in the paint. And, these kids are in the gym, they're putting the work in, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, but the ball just hasn't fell for them. So, hopefully this week it's a little bit different with that, but, got to get right back to it if we want to try to compete in a spot in the conference tournament. So we're right there. 3 in a row at home now, so it's up to us. And I like the position we're in as far as it's more on us than sitting around waiting on someone else to do something. And that's what we talked about after the game Saturday against Midwestern, is we don't want to be in a position where we got to start watching scores and things like that. We want to be in a position where it's up to us. So, we got 3 in a row at home and got a really tough one Thursday to start with Dallas Baptist.
You already touched on it. You struggled to execute from three-point land, and you also mentioned layups. So what adjustments will be made in practice this week to create better offensive efficiency and to create good shots?
Well, I thought Thursday we got the shots we wanted. We were open from 3. We missed 2 just point-blank layups with no one around us. I don't know what you say about some of those. It's hard as a coach. We talked about it after the game. It's our job as a coaching staff to put them in position. It's their job as players to convert. And so, they put the work in. It's not like, we're mad at them for those things. It's focus. I don't know, what you want to call it at this stage, but, they got to convert. We're putting the guys in position, and they know what they got to do on their end. Offensively, they know what they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to be, the spots they're supposed to be in, the pace they're supposed to run it in, and it's just, hey, we got to convert at this stage, and they know what we're playing for, and, it's not like we're not playing for anything at this stage, and so I don't know if it's the pressure on their shoulders or what it is at this stage, but, I'm glad to be at home. I know we've seen the ball go through the nets in the Janelle quite a bit, so, I'm hoping maybe home's a little bit of the answer for us.
Speaking of home, you're home this week against Dallas Baptist on Thursday. What must be done down the stretch to close the game?
They play a unique style in our conference. They're averaging 86 a game right now. They press, they trap, they kind of muck it up a little bit, in a lot of different areas defensively. And that's going to be really challenging because we're not going to be able to have our normal kind of consistency as far as what we do on the offensive end. We're going to have to make plays because of the chaos that they create. And that takes a little bit out of it as far as the coaching side of it, because it's hard for us to kind of structure and do some things when they do those things, which is why they run that kind of system. But they've got a lot of upperclassmen that have been in that program for a long time, and so those guys have really adapted to that system and playing really well. And for us, it's just going to be maturity. How do we handle those situations when they're trapping us, when they're pressing us? Are we making the pass we need to make? Are we going to attack when we're supposed to attack? And those are going to be the questions that we got to get answered this week in practice to have a chance on Thursday.
Coach, on Saturday, UT Tyler, what do you expect from the matchup against the Patriots?
They got a lot of length. I think they're one of the biggest teams in the league as far as across the board, perimeter and inside. They're one of the top teams defensively in the league. So we're going to have to hit some shots against them. I can tell you that for sure with the way they guard. But it's a team that's still battling. They've been in a lot of games. They've won some really good games this year as well. The biggest concern for us right now is how we're going to score on them. When it gets to that, it's hard for me to look ahead like that because we're putting all our focus into Dallas Baptist right now. But we have seen UT Tyler on tape while we're scouting other teams as well. So we're familiar with both teams this week. But, for right now, our full focus is going into Thursday and trying to win on Thursday.
Thank you, Coach.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.